Hey, my name is Eric, and the video you're seeing on the screen right now is actually one that I recorded about a year ago on how to stain a concrete slab or your concrete patio. The video has kind of done pretty well, gotten a good amount of views, but I've been hearing from people asking, well, what does it look like a year later? So that's what I'm showing you in this video. And the video footage and the photos I'm showing you now on the screen is what it looks like a year later. One of the things I do want to highlight is it may look like there's some spots where maybe the stain is like kind of weak, or maybe there's some issues. Really what that is I have a lot of cottonwood and pollen in the air right now, which really wreaks havoc on my allergies. But that's the reason why you're seeing some of that white discoloring. Actually, I'm showing you right now kind of rubbing it off a little bit with my finger, and then also over on this glass top table. I'm sure if you're in the Northeast like I am in Buffalo, New York, you've seen plenty of pollen before. As far as recapping that video, I am going to link to it at the end of this video if you haven't watched it yet. It's going to show you step by step how to stain concrete. The one thing I would have done differently is I probably would have gone with a darker color. You can achieve that in two different ways. When you're creating your mixtures and your ratios, which I covered in that video, you can actually just use less of the product or more of the product to get a lighter or darker color, or you can just choose and select a darker color to begin with. I probably would have gone with a darker color, maybe just a shade darker than what I did. I think I did Mojave, if that's how you say it right. But I just wanted to make this video because I was getting questions, comments on the previous video asking how it held up. It's held up great. And again, like I mentioned, I'm in Buffalo, New York, so this thing has gone through a pretty good winter, and it's also gone through a power washing when I cleaned it in the spring here, and no peeling, no issues, and it's done really well. Just make sure you follow all the steps. Make sure you're doing, you're actually etching the concrete. I know it's a pain in the butt, but take all the steps so that the stain actually does get accepted by the concrete, which is a really weird way of saying that. But all right, like I mentioned on the screen right now, you can watch that video, how to stain concrete. You can click that and check that out if you haven't already. And thank you to Decocrete Supply for supplying the stain for that video. I appreciate that, and it's worked out great. And they're super helpful too if you just give them a call if you have any questions as well. All right, guys, look forward to catching on that video.